Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, Peppa, of the Salt N Pepper hip hop group, got kicked off an airplane. Remindment activated. Yes, yes, yes. Pepper, of the pioneering hip hop group Salt N Pepper, got reminded. And you're talking about this is over, say, a generation plus ago, when that group was sitting there just tearing up the charts, right? Well, a little bit, but it's more than a generation ago. When it was turning those charts up, right? With certain songs like Push It and uh, uh, anyway, the other different songs, I won't go into all those different the songs. And like many other different things, sometimes time does go no matter what. And many times people forget about time does not care about, you know, what somebody believes or not believes, right? I just did another topic show not too long ago, a few days ago. Today is July the 22nd, 2024. Did another show not too long ago about another black male category that got reminded, got his remindment activated. Unfortunately, he's with his family on a airlines, and he was a former professional NFL football player, Hall of Famer. I mean, just superstar. And he got a remindment, and he was surprised and shocked as well. And unfortunately, there are just numbers within American Blackism and certain black skinned personnel that slide under the black banner that get shocked. And it's like, why? When did black pain ever stop within Americanism? By the personnel is what I'm getting at. The ones that had the racial racism terrorists thought pattern that's been going for generations. When did it ever stop? And so Pepper got a remindment on that. Let me go ahead and get to the video at hand. Because again, I'm doing this as a timepiece purpose. So again, when another celebrity and another person get reminded, then it's like, here we go again.
On Southwest, and I'm injured. Only, and I bought two tickets. I have two passes, right? They want to know if I could get the wheelchair now, even though I needed medical assistance today. I was injured. I just got injured, y'all. How y'all doing? So these people took me off the plane, brought this other man on the plane, and took me off the plane. Well, just tell me the reason taking me off now. You said that I needed a break. So once you got on the plane, I asked you why did you need a second seat? You weren't.
And by the way, you see people of color alert, people of color alert. There are still numbers within American Blackism that haven't got it through certain thick skull. Numbers of people of color are not their friends.
Wearing your brace or anything like that. Southwest had the customer size policy, so you weren't encroaching on the second side. But then later on, once you put your brace on and had your second one, it was fine, and you apologized. Right. So then you came back, and now you were filming everybody, and then that was too. No, I wasn't. I was talking to my assistant. I wasn't filming. This is my first time filming, actually. Because I started filming. I just want to be clear on my kickoff of the Southwest. I understand you feel wrong, but I need you to get up to the Jeffers just so for your safety. And this is the other one, y'all. She came and brought another man and put him in my seat. Don't call me like a dog, man. Told myself, come on. You go ahead. I can walk, man.
Uh-uh. Beside a people of color and a minority in there. Oh, 'cause by the way, see, there are certain numbers within American Blackism, especially there are certain numbers of black women that run around talking about women, 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 women. And you see that Peppa just laid over. That woman was also right there, right? Right there, showing her, right? Racialness as well, right? Now you can't tell if she is within, certain parts of Paname's culture, or she slides under another culture of women. You see, I'm coming from, but then they slide under the Paname's culture category, right? So you got some people of color and a minority in there. Oh, because by the way, remember, numbers of women are considered minorities as well. The game just don't stop.
Thank you. This now you want to rush me off then, and I was, but you don't even know the reason. You don't need to know, right? Is that what it is? You don't need to know, right? Is that just tell me? You're the head, and you don't need to know the reason. You just need to just know that I got to get off. You don't even know the reason why they're kicking me off. What's your name? Because I'm reporting everyone. Tell me your name. Hey, brother. Say your name. You all a name. Look, I shouldn't have got off. The only reason I got off y'all because of the other passengers. I wasn't FaceTime. I wasn't filming it. I was on FaceTime with my assistant. They thought I was. The only time I was when they were removing me. I need. To know, because I articulated that. I'm not going to go into detail because that was the crew's decision. I wasn't there. See, that's what I'm saying. So who's responsible? Customer relations office. If you would like more information that way, and they can compile reports from all the parties involved. But beyond that, there's nothing much I can do for you. Where's the refund of the 2 tickets? I'm so upset. It got me with tears in my eyes because I'm so angry. Where's the refund of the 2 tickets? I'm so upset. It got me with tears in my eyes because I'm so angry.
Mm, 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 mm. And you have also personnel that are doing just like this as well. Within certain airlines, and whichever direction of legalityness, politicalness, whatever it might take to get this under control, because there is definitely a problem going on, especially toward American Blackism, and also for certain ones that slide under the Black banner, not American Black. You having a piece here and piece here, that's getting reminded as well. And how many are like, oh, those American Blacks are always talking about racism, and but then when certain numbers of black skinned ones, they get reminded, ones who do, then they want to act like they want to see American Blacks falling for that silly game as well, right? But that's a whole different topic. I don't want to go into that. So, but the story goes is that and Pepper, Salt and Pepper, Sandra Denton details incident in which she was kicked off Southwest Airlines flight over conflict over a seat she paid for. It talks about how she explained that she was kicked off Southwest Airlines flight, saying it left her surprised and confused. Black pain. Continuing, the 59-year-old rapper, has she chatted in detail about the course of events that occurred some days ago, as she attempted to travel from Las Vegas, Nevada to Nashville, Tennessee. The Kingston, Jamaica born musical artist. There are many people did not know that, according to reading, that she is of Jamaican born, which is a whole different topic in itself on this part. Quite a number of people didn't know that she was Jamaica born, even by the name, right? Sandra Denton, right? That can kind of sound like a type of American black name, which again, it's a whole different topic in itself. Because sometimes when you have certain people, they may have an accent from an island or from certain parts of Africa, so in that name, it's kind of it's not a island type of name in the Caribbean name, or it's not a certain number, a certain name within maybe a village, a certain part of Africa. Something that may be hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes it's not hard to tell, and other times it is. But again, it's a whole different topic in itself. They talking about how she previously documented a video on the aftermath of the incident on her Instagram account, explained to the outlet that while she paid for an extra seat to accommodate a knee injury that she is living with, airline staffers sought to get her to relinquish the seat. So she got on the plane, and then I had my brace with me, but I didn't have it on that particular moment, she said. I took it out of my bag to put it on. I was scratching my legs, and then a flight attendant came and he was trying to give my seat away. Didn't say she tried to explain to the flight attendant that she had specifically bought the extra seat to alleviate potential pain she might suffer as a result of her injury. It goes on to say, I was like, I was like, oh no, this seat is taken. I have this seat as well. And he was like, no, you don't. We're going to give the seat away. And I'm like, no, you're not. Because I've always done this. Didn't say it. I've always purchased two seats if I need it for my leg to have extra leg room because of my injury to my knee. Didn't say the flight attendant subsequently apologized to her and said she can have the seat, at which point she thanked him. Then said she thought the issue had been put to bed until she was approached by another traveler on the crowded plane seeking to take the extra seat that she purchased to rest her leg. Could you imagine if an American black person, man or woman, did that? Do you realize that you rarely ever hear anything like that? Because it just doesn't happen like that in that situation of no comparison, right? But let's continue. The next thing I know, a man comes. The next thing I know, a man comes. Mind you, this plane is completely booked. It's 143 seats. The only seat that was vacant was a seat next to me. And this man comes on the plane. Didn't say the airlines allowed the traveler to approach her on the plane and put her in an uncomfortable position, as the man said he had needed a seat to attend a funeral and asked for the extra seat. And I was like, oh my God, this is not happening to me because I actually really need the seat. Didn't say it. And I got up and I said to the gentleman, are you going to a funeral? I need you to swear to me and tell me the truth. Are you going to a funeral? Look me in the eyes. Didn't say it. Said the man couldn't do it, as his lips were quivering, like he wanted to say something, but he wouldn't say. I'm telling the truth. He wouldn't say it. So I said, well, I'm not giving you my seat then. And be uncomfortable if you and I would be uncomfortable basically if he's lying. It goes on to say, then said, following that exchange, a flight attendant told her, "Get your things. You're getting off," which shocked her. Which asked if there was an argument. Then said she didn't understand how the situation escalated to the point in which she was being kicked off the plane. That's what I'm saying. I even was giving him the seat and everything, which that's not understanding that part here. But then said, and why is he even on the plane when the plane is totally booked at this point, except for my seat? Then said she was subsequently caught off guard when law enforcement had been waiting for her after she was ejected from the plane. When I got off the plane, sadly, they have 3 police officers waiting for me. And I was like, what? She said, and I turned around and I said, this is for me. They escorted me out of the airport. It's another passenger in the plane, this person's name, told this particular outlet that at no point did she see didn't argue with anyone until she was kicked off the flight. Southwest told this outlet that didn't was refunded $2,500. Damn, she paid for the flight like $2,500 for a Southwest flight. Oof. Wow, from Las Vegas to Tennessee, wherever parts of Tennessee was going to. Oof. And that the reason the police were involved was because of that point she didn't have a valid ticket. And it's protocol for police to escort people who don't have valid tickets from the terminal. Jen said she was calm while she was getting off the plane, which you saw in the video. She was. Then on several days ago, posted a video on Instagram apparently showing the aftermath of the confrontation, which I've already showed using fair usage doctrine. In a video which featured her speaking to police, she claimed that the issue began after one of the police questioned her about having 2 seats. Then also claimed that another man asked her for her seat, and he was apparently given it after she was escorted off the jet. Excuse me. The musician was taking the flight to a meeting in Nashville, and she often chooses the same flight. As she said, it is the only direct flight to the music-focused city. She said she opted to purchase 2 seats due to a leg injury related to a 2018 car crash, and she also had a greeter take her in a wheelchair up to her plane door. Then claims that she was approached by a man who was seen speaking to her in her video about why she had 2 seats. The audacity, right? That people go up to, especially American blacks, and question them about certain things. Especially, don't let them have them being business seats and etc. Oh, they don't like that at all. A certain type of other seat, I don't like that at all. To see, especially an American black in a first class seat. Oh, you best believe people look at that, but they're not gonna look at some other person on the predominant culture or different other culture. It's like they don't even see them, right? It's like, oh, that's normal, right? But somebody in American black, if he or she's in a first class seat or a business seat or some decent comfortable seats, whatever it is, I'm saying that in that situation, because there are ones who like, no, they're not going to get in a business seat and they still can afford it, or a certain other different seat. They're like, no, they want to save a little money if they feel like doing that, if they want to on that situation, right? So depending, person may have some money to do that, but they say they don't want to do that. So teacher is on that part and stuff like that. But there's a lot of jealousy of people when they sit there and see American black, especially in a good seat. But getting to the point, back to this point here, it says it's unclear if it was made known to the employee that didn't have purchased tickets for 2 seats, or it may have been under the impression that she was using a second seat without having paid for it due to an alleged medical condition. The video didn't about policy didn't say she shot back for didn't say that she had never filmed while on the plane, because it was accused that she was recording the plane. And she claimed she was merely on a call to her assistant, and it wasn't until she was out of the jet that she began filming. And I'll just leave it at that part. See, the thing about it again, right? I showed you that video, and it's like she was very calm, right? She wasn't screaming or anything like that, which I'm gonna get to a point in a second. See, again, American Black, see, it's like this complex, right? No, you raise your voice, oh, the angry black man, angry black woman. But when a woman from women from within Panama-based culture, the ones who do this and act silly and stupid and chaotic, that don't make numbers of women within Panama-based culture look any bad, does it? Nope. Certain males do that, but not as much compared to, and there are ones who do that. Let me phrase that, right? But I'm saying either way, it doesn't make certain numbers of men or certain numbers of women within the Panamanian culture when they do heinous stuff, chaotic stuff on certain airplanes and stuff like that, act irrational and stuff like that, get drunker, the ones who do this, and some other personnel from some other no Pacific culture background, the ones who do this as well. Some of them, right? But the point is, it doesn't make the person look any worse then, right? But for the American Black does anything like that, oh my God, look at them how they act. You see the game of this, right? So, but let me sit there and just play you something for a second relating to what I just was talking about. Because my dog was on my lap. We'll have a conversation in the gym. Why? I grab your stuff and come with me, man. I'd love to ask you. Just grab your stuff and come with me. You're kicking me off. You're gonna put me on another plane. Ma'am, oh, no. Honey, we're about to fight this. Because I didn't do anything to you guys to make me 12 hours late for my destination. My dog was sitting on my lap. I put him in the bag. He's in the bag. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna refund your ticket. You can go on Southwest. Let's go. Because you couldn't let my dog sit on my lap.
racism itself is an insane proposition. You know, what is racism? White supremacy. What is white supremacy? Mistreating people or treating people like they're criminals because of color. Also, you have, you know, people in very high positions who say that if you're a person with black skin, you are a toilet. So what do you do to a toilet? The little girl is a toilet, okay, in the minds of the white supremacists. This is universal. That's what a black person is. You know, a urinal, a toilet, you know, a commode bowl. That's what that is walking down the street towards you. If you're white, you're taught that. That is nothing. That is something to be disdained. That's something.
Now that's for certain ones within the Panamese culture who act like that, which is not a small amount. You best believe that. The system knows this. And the people in the know that knows this. Oh, and by the way, and there's people who want to be like certain ones within the Padana-based culture and stuff like that. There are numbers one who do. And the ones that have the skin of black, the nerve when some of them do it, to try to look down upon American blacks. And I'm like, the audacity when you sit there and hear about certain ones with the skin of black, who the ones who ran from a certain place, a certain country, a certain islands, the ones it applies to, because there are certain people, beautiful islands, some beautiful people that don't do stuff like that. But I'm talking about the ones who do that, not for the opportunities and leave it at that, but the ones who run fast as possible, the parents or whatever it is, whomever, parents, grandparents who had ran from people who look like them to get over to the land of milk and honey, right? And have the dirt and audacity to sit there and look down upon American blacks. The audacity, which is a whole different topic in itself.
Somewhere, Jiffy John, I mean, a portable toilet hidden over there in the trees. Hide that thing. I mean, that toilet. I mean, that's not anything that's not a shrine or anything. That's something that you hide. And, you want people to see you going in there. All right? Okay? That's what these things that we have recognized, we call them. In order to make them feel better, we call them people, but that's not what they really are. They are less than animals. Even the animals we bring out and parade in the streets and whatnot and show off. Okay? And we'll do a few of them like that, a few of our chosen ones. But basically, when you're looking at a black person, you are looking at a commode. Walking down the street, that's what that is. And what do you do to a commode? You treat it like it's a commode. End of story. See, black people have to see themselves the way that the white supremacists see us every day when they pass us on the street. Here comes a toilet. That's what that is, a walking toilet. And if I have to relieve myself, that's the thing that I'm going to do it in.
Wow. Whew. In those situations, what can we, or what do we learn, from that? Or how are we supposed to interpret that?
Interpret it just the way I thought it, I said it. See, when I walk down the street, I think that that's what they're thinking. Okay?
But does that make it true?
Exactly what they're thinking.
Okay.
If they're white supremacists, I shouldn't even be in existence. I'm just something that you tolerate in existence. I shouldn't even exist. I shouldn't be walking down the street taking up the sidewalk. That's why sometimes they almost walk right into you. I mean, move. My goodness. I'm a white person. Get out of my way. You're not supposed to be on this planet. Negro. What are you doing breathing? Where did you come from? Who created you? Who would have the nerve to create something like you? I mean, who would make that kind of mistake? You're nothing but a walking mistake. My God, deliver me. But since you're here, I'll put up with you, but I ain't gonna put up with you very much. That's it. That's the whole philosophy in the mind of a white supremacist for me. But create something.
And again, this is talking about personnel within certain sections within the plant-based culture who do this, and numbers of honorary personnel who want to be like certain ones within the plant-based culture, right? Et cetera, right? And so, again, Peppa of the Salt and Pepper duo, she got a remindment. Doesn't matter a title, doesn't matter, what kind of celebrityism that person had and stuff like that. And you see in the picture how many people, or in that video, how many people would probably pass right by her and not know who she was. And you're talking about, over a generation ago, as far as when Salt and Pepper were sitting there, over a generation where they still were, doing a thing, right? And every so often, they show up and do some stuff here and there. But we're talking about the logical analysis for most people, especially even more now in modern day, where the push is to push out more bad versions of hip hop, right? Which is a whole different topic, because you hear that N word 1,000 times, but then when somebody else says the N word, then you get some people get mad. That's a whole different topic. But so hope the show is interesting, because again, I did it at a timepiece purpose, because again, today is July the 22nd, 2024. And so what happens then, when it happens again, because it's going to happen again, it's going to happen again, when within American Blackism, be a celebrity, be it someone on middle class or a lower middle class, or middle class or higher class, whatever that's supposed to mean, that's a whole different topic in itself within American Blackism. So whoever the next person or personnel that gets reminded, 4 or 5 months from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, 8 months from now, 10 years from now, somebody listens to this, a video comes across this, and still black pain is still going on. Then what? I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP show.